Welcome to Coffee English. I want to start with a difficult, honest question. Have you ever felt like your listening is actually getting worse? You study hard, you practice every day, you've reached that solid B1 or even B2 level, and then something strange and painful happens. You listen to native speakers and understand less than you did a few months ago. You miss words you swear you used to catch. Fast speech sounds like a blur. Idioms fly right past you. You put on a podcast or YouTube video and think, wait, I used to understand this better. What is happening to me?
Yeah, that feeling is brutal.
It's devastating. After months, maybe years of grinding, you feel like you're losing ground, like all that effort was for nothing. Many people quit right here. They think, I'm just not good at listening. Maybe English isn't for me. They stop. They give up. But today, I need to tell you something that will completely change how you see your entire learning journey. That painful feeling, the one where you understand less, is not failure. It is not proof you're bad at English. It is the exact opposite. It is the biggest sign that your listening is actually advancing, that you are growing, that you are becoming more advanced, not less. This is what I call the listening illusion. And understanding this illusion might be the most important thing you learn about language learning. More important than any phrasal verb, more important than any accent reduction trick. Because this understanding is what separates people who finally understand natives naturally from people who stay stuck forever at the intermediate plateau.
So, it's like the fluency illusion we talked about before, but for listening?
Exactly, Ryan. Think about climbing that same mountain again. At the bottom, in the valley, everything is simple. You hear basic sentences, slow speech, clear pronunciation, and it feels great. You feel like you're making fast progress. But as you climb higher, you break through the clouds. Suddenly, you can hear the full complexity of real English, the fast reductions, the linked words, the idioms, the cultural references, the different accents. The mountain didn't get bigger. The English didn't get harder. You just climbed high enough to finally hear how big and rich it really is. Your ears became more sensitive. Your awareness expanded. And that awareness hurts at first. This is exactly what happens at B1-B2. When you are a beginner, your world was small. You understood simple, slow, textbook English and felt proud. But now you can hear what natives actually sound like, and it feels like you understand less. You're not losing your listening skills, you are discovering their depth. You are not getting worse, you are becoming more professional, more refined, more advanced. Let me explain what's happening in your brain. There's that same psychological concept, the Dunning-Kruger effect, but applied to listening. When you know very little, you feel confident because you don't notice all the tiny details you're missing. But as your listening improves, your brain becomes more sensitive. You start hearing every reduction, like gonna, wanna, kinda, every weak form, every cultural reference, every tiny hesitation. The better you get, the more you notice what you still don't catch. This creates the painful paradox. The more you improve, the worse you feel.
Like a musician who suddenly hears every tiny mistake in their playing.
Exactly. A beginner guitar player doesn't hear when they're slightly off key, but a professional hears everything. Did the professional get worse at hearing? No, their ears became better. You are the same with English listening. You can now hear problems you couldn't hear before. This is development. This is your brain becoming more sophisticated. Concrete examples. Maybe you now notice you miss linked words like going to sounding like gonna. Before, you didn't even realize words connect like that. Maybe you now realize you miss idioms and phrasal verbs in fast speech. Before, you thought you understood everything. Every single one of these realizations is progress, not failure. Ignorance was bliss, but now you see the truth, and seeing hurts until you learn how to use it. You cannot go back to comfortable ignorance. The only way is forward, through the pain, through the awareness. And on the other side of this valley, that's where real, effortless understanding lives. That's where you finally follow movies without subtitles, catch jokes in conversations, and feel confident in real-life English. But you have to go through the valley first. Everyone who becomes fluent goes through this. Everyone. The people who seem to understand natives effortlessly, they felt this too. They just didn't quit. I want to reframe this for you. When you don't understand something, you are not failing. You are receiving valuable information. This awareness is your map. It shows you exactly what to practice next. Every missed word, every confusing reduction, every idiom you don't catch, these are not enemies. They are teachers. They are growing pains. Practical exercise for you, right now. Next time you listen and miss something, instead of thinking, oh no, I'm so bad at listening, try thinking, interesting, I didn't catch that before. Now I know exactly what to work on. Thank you, awareness. This tiny shift changes everything, from shame to curiosity, from judgment to learning. Here's how you actually move through this painful listening stage and turn the illusion into your advantage. First, accept that this stage is normal and a sign you're doing something right. Second, change your relationship with what you miss. Treat every gap as data, not judgment. Third, focus on one listening skill for a month. Maybe reductions, maybe idioms, maybe fast speech. Let everything else be imperfect. Fourth, practice deliberate imperfection. Listen to real, fast, imperfect native content on purpose. And finally, have patience. Progress is slow, then sudden.
So the breakthrough is coming even if we can't see it yet?
Yes, you are not stuck. You are deepening. You are not losing your listening. You are discovering its real power. Keep going. Keep listening. Keep trusting. The moment you understand a fast conversation without effort is closer than you think because you are doing the work. If this episode changed how you see your listening struggles, share in the comments. Tell us about your listening plateau, the moment you felt like giving up and why you decided to continue. Your story might save another learner today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening even when it feels hard. You are standing high on the mountain. Your awareness is not a curse, it is altitude. You climbed high enough to develop it, and now this awareness will guide you even higher. The listening illusion makes you think you are moving backward, but you are moving forward into real understanding. Smile next time you feel lost while listening. That feeling is the feeling of growth. See you in the next episode. Until then, trust the process, honor your growing pains, and keep listening. You are farther along than you think. You always were, you always will be.
Thanks, everyone. Keep climbing.